Hello, and welcome to Virtual Investor Conferences. My name is Cecilia, and on behalf of OTC Markets, as well as our co-host, Zacks Small Cap Research, we're very pleased you've joined us for our next live presentation from BioHarvest Sciences. Please note, you can submit questions in the box to the left of the slides. You can also view a company's availability for one-on-one meetings through the Schedule Meetings tab found on the conference platform. At this point, I'm very pleased to welcome Brad Sorensen, CFA, Senior Equity Research Analyst with Zacks Small Cap Research, as well as Elon Sobel, Chief Executive Officer of BioHarvest Sciences, which trades on the OTCQB venture market under the symbol CNVCF and on the CSE under the symbol BHSC. Welcome, Brad and Elon.
Thank you, Cecilia. It's a pleasure to be here. Okay, so I guess the floor is mine. Thank you for the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, for the next 20 minutes, I'm going to share with you an introduction to our company and really help you understand how we, as the global leader in plant cell biology and the company that's able to unlock the secrets of cellular plant biology better than any other company in the world, how we are utilizing our botanical synthesis technology, how we are driving a force of positive change in the world, a movement of change as we leverage the power of the plant and we bring this to people. So hold on to your seatbelts. It's going to be an interesting ride for the next 20 minutes. Just forward-looking statements, just to make sure you're all well-versed in this. You can read faster than I can talk. All right, let's go. So as I said, we're the global leader in plant cell biology. We've been doing this for 15 years. Our business today is at the nexus of health and wellness, biotechnology, and sustainability. We are at the core a biotech company. We are purpose-driven, and we're focused around driving impact every day as we bring the power of the plant kingdom to people, leveraging our platform technology, which we call botanical synthesis. And what we're really doing with our platform technology is that we're unlocking the secrets of cellular plant biology and bringing the next generation of science-based therapeutics to the world, addressing a significant market. You're probably asking yourself, what is botanical synthesis? Well, botanical synthesis, we are really defining a revolutionary biological process that we have spent the last 15 years perfecting and are now able to utilize at massive industrial scale in our manufacturing facilities. Botanical synthesis is the literally antithesis of chemical synthesis. As you probably know, chemical synthesis is really what the pharmaceutical companies use today. Pharmaceutical companies all, once upon a time, started with the plant. The plant was just too difficult for them. They couldn't get consistency. They were not able to get patents. So they therefore went and they synthesized one major compound from the plant in a laboratory. What botanical synthesis does is we go back to the plant, where we at BioHarvest, we have this unique capability to actually take the plant once, and we take the cells of the plant. We're able to identify the cells of the plant that produce the phytomedicinal compounds. We take these cells, we grow these cells initially in Petri dishes. We expose these cells to unique conditions so that we're able to get the cells to actually produce and mirror all the phytomedicinal compounds from the plant, not just one, but all working together synergistically. And in addition, we're able to also increase the levels significantly of specific phytomedicinal compounds. And I'm going to show you how we've operationalized that and executed this in a breakthrough product that we brought to market. So botanical synthesis, in short, basically, it's the controlled biological process that enables homogeneous production of non-GMO plant-based botanical compositions, contain both primary and secondary metabolites, and we do this without growing the plant itself. And really what we've had to do is go back to the future scientifically in order to be this bridge between the plant kingdom and literally the next generation of science-based therapeutic solutions. As you know, we were gifted 500,000 different plants from nature. Each of these plants have unique botanical compositions that form the foundation of nutrition and the next generation of science-based therapeutic solutions. We have the ability to unlock the secrets of cellular plant biology and to be able to literally get the cells to produce these phytomedicinal compounds. And we are now also applying an AI layer that over time will be extremely beneficial for our business as we bring more and more plants through our system and become a lot more predictive in optimizing the different conditions that we need to expose each plant cell bank to in order to ensure that we're growing the optimal compositions of phytomedicinal compounds. Our technology has a very interesting ecosystem that we impact every single day. Our technology can be utilized across nutrition, across nutraceuticals, cosmeceuticals, as well as in the development of botanical drugs in the pharmaceutical industry. The technology, as I said, we have a one-time process. We take the plant, we isolate the cells, we grow the unique compositions, we create a cell bank, and then basically we take that cell bank, we go from solid media to liquid media. So we grow literally the cells in small-scale bioreactors and then into massive industrial-scale bioreactors. This process is an 18 to 21-day process. At a certain point in the cycle, the cells produce the phytomedicinal compounds, and at that point, we harvest the cells, and then we dry the cells with a unique technology that we've developed and optimized, and we get a beautiful, highly soluble and bioavailable end product. What's unique about the technology is, unlike the challenges that pharma companies had in the past and the reasons why they went to chemical synthesis, we have unique consistency. We have patentability because what we're doing is we're optimizing nature, we're changing the composition, we're increasing the critical compounds. So we are able to get patents, we have optimal bioavailability, we actually manufacture in unique aseptic environments, and we have best-in-class environmental sustainability credentials, and sustainability really is at the core of the technology. We use a micro fraction of the land as well as the water and the energy. And we've won many sustainability awards for our technology platform. So we've been able to scale what we do. We're not just talking about it. It's not just in a lab. We have a facility which produces literally 20 tons of this material today. This facility is operating at 75% of capacity, and we'll be moving this up shortly to maximum capacity. And that facility produces roughly 20 tons. And today, as a business, we have significant demand, fortunately, for our products because of the uniqueness and the actual science that we deliver every single day in order to change people's lives in a positive way. But this facility can produce literally north of $50 million in revenue with a $5 million investment, one-time investment, CapEx investment. And that's kind of, when you look at the economics of a business, in biotech, it's like software. It's like a software business. Our core product and our first product that we've utilized to validate the power of our technology is Vinia. It's based on the French paradox. Basically, we know the French people, they have a very, very fatty diet, but they have amazing cardiovascular health. When you understand why, the scientists went in to say, what was going on here? Why is it, do we have this paradox? And they understood that, despite the heavy pate and the fats that the French were consuming, because of moderate consumption of wine, 2 to 3 glasses of red wine every day, they had very good cardiovascular health. And when they went deeper, they realized it was driven by a number of different polyphenols, specifically one key polyphenol called piceid resveratrol. And we, as a company with our technology, we're able to increase the levels of piceid resveratrol 100 times versus what's found initially in the grape itself. And together with catechin, quercetin, anthocyanins, and tannins, we have this very, very unique product that we've launched to the market. This product has been scaled. We have more than 50,000 customers, more than $20 million in revenue since we launched this product into the marketplace a couple of years ago. And we have today a 4.8 out of 5 verified rating with more than 3,300 verified reviews. As I said, we're a science-backed company. We have clinical trials. We've completed clinical trials which have demonstrated the ability after consuming one of our capsules, and here's a capsule, one of our capsules, every single day. Let me get this right. Every single day, I'll get it right. Every single day for 90 days, we've been able to demonstrate the ability to increase dilation of arteries by literally 70% versus baseline. And that's, obviously significant. With more arterial dilation, you have more blood flow. With more blood flow, you have more oxygen. You have more nutrients going to the body tissues, the cells and the organs, and much greater ability to remove toxins from the body. So as a result, we're able to make a number of structure function claims in the marketplace, which really sets us apart from all other competition. We're the only company in the world that's able to produce PICE, which is the Rolls Royce, the gold standard of resveratrol, at a commercial and industrial scale from red grapes. No other company. If you go into Amazon, you'll see every other company utilizes the inferior trans resveratrol, which mostly comes from China, from a plant called Polygonum, and has much lower levels of solubility and bioavailability. From a solubility perspective, PICE, our resveratrol, is 25 times more soluble. And from a bioavailability perspective, we last in the body for 12 hours. We have peaks after 1 hour and 5 hours, where trans resveratrol is in and out the body in 1 to 2 hours. So as a company in August, we're a real revenue company, one SKU, literally one SKU, we've able to deliver $1 million in August from one SKU. And, the last couple of months, I'm talking about September, October, and November. So October and November have been record months for the company. And we've given very clear guidance for the fourth quarter of delivering between $4.2 and $4.5 million of revenue. We've had, just to give you like an understanding of the magnitude of how good our product is, organically, we've appeared on the Joe Rogan show. This actually happened about 3 weeks ago. I got a phone call saying, "Hey, Elon, your product's on the Joe Rogan show." And I just couldn't believe it. I started to understand when I started to see the impact, obviously from a sales perspective, it was a very, very nice bump that we experienced. But importantly, it was the credibility of this product's ability to massively transform in a positive way people's lives as a result of giving them more blood flow through the arterial dilation. More blood flow gives more physical energy, more mental alertness, because we also increase blood flow to the brain, and more blood flow in the brain reduces brain fog. Also because our product, Vinia, gets below the blood-brain barrier, which allows literally the ability to get the dilation of arteries and capillaries in that area, which is very important. And also we've been able to demonstrate in our clinical trials the ability to reduce oxidation of LDL cholesterol, to reduce oxidative damage to one's cells, and the product really changes people's lives, which is why we have such a significant part of our business on subscription. Literally 93% of our business is a subscription business. And of that 93% that's on subscription, 95% is literally on 3 months or more recurring subscriptions. So this is the quality of the growth and the healthiness of our subscriber base. We have, I believe, one of the lowest cost of acquisitions in the industry, as well as one of the lowest churn rates in the industry as it relates to subscription companies. And you can see the impact of the delivery of the product really has generated significant results as it relates to quarter on quarter significant revenue growth. Our guidance is to grow revenue by at least 34%, this fourth quarter, and obviously with a maniacal focus on getting the company to break even in the first quarter of 2024 on an EBITDA level. We're continuing to grow our portfolio. We're going to be literally leveraging a Vinia Inside strategy, leveraging superior science, superior taste, and superior efficacy. We're going to be going from 1 SKU to 10 SKUs. We're going to be disrupting literally from 1 category to 5 categories. And the first category that we've been focused on disrupting is the hot beverage category, which is the massive coffee market, coffee pod market in North America, which is a significant market, delivering superior energy and alertness to this marketplace. And literally 2 weeks ago, we launched on the Mike Huckabee Show, we launched our VINIA Superfood Coffee, our Blood Flow Energy Coffee in a regular version and a decaf version. And that's all about us providing, say, for example, in the case of decaf drinkers, they don't want the caffeine, they don't want the jolt, they don't want the jitters. They literally want a great tasting cup of coffee, but who doesn't need more physical energy? Who doesn't need more mental alertness? What we have done is we've been able to blend our unique VINIA powder with an amazing cup of coffee, and we're now able to deliver energy and mental alertness via blood flow, literally via blood flow, which is a game changer for the industry. This is our decaf proposition. We also use the very unique Swiss water process to drive the decaffeinization, and the Swiss water process utilizes no chemicals in actually extracting the caffeine, unlike many other companies that are utilizing chemicals in this process. So it's an amazing cup of coffee, literally, bringing you all the polyphenols, all the piceid resveratrol from one capsule inside your coffee. Literally, all you need to do is have one of these in the morning, and you get that physical energy, mental alertness from blood flow. And obviously, consistent with our clinical trials, we recommend to get the best results to have one of these every day for 90 days. We also offer taste testing to make sure that we're literally bringing the best cup of coffee to our consumers. We've been able to demonstrate, we've tested ourselves versus top decaf coffees on Amazon, and 2 out of 3 consumers preferred our coffee in blind taste testing. We also see consumers really appreciating the overall taste of the product and the full taste. And similarly, in our regular coffee, and for our regular coffee version, we have basically the benefit of the caffeine kick, obviously from the caffeine, but then we have our 12 hours release of piceid resveratrol, because it stays in your body for 12 hours. And we have that unique bioavailability. You have the piceid resveratrol to kick in and take you through the day after you've obviously utilized the benefits of the caffeine early on in the process. We offer a 90-day money-back guarantee because we believe in our product. We've done the quantitative taste testing. We've got the science behind the product, and we want to give consumers the reassurance that this is the best tasting functional coffee on the market, and we're going to be just looking forward to this disruption. We're moving forward. We're also going to be putting our product into Nespresso pods. We'll also be launching a green tea version, which will be more of a detoxing focus, removing cellular waste and toxins, and black tea. We're also going into the recovery market, where we have a 15 grams of protein in a 70-gram bar with 1 capsule of VINIA that we'll also be including in our protein bar that we'll be launching in the first half of next year. And then we're going after the literally massive $13 billion hydration electrolytes market, where you've got major players like Liquid IV, it's a $1 billion brand. You've got players like Gatorade, really synonymous in this industry, LMNT, but we're bringing, again, superior science, superior taste, and superior efficacy to disrupt these markets, and literally bringing a unique proposition to the marketplace with 400 milligrams of VINIA capsule in every single sachet, proprietary electrolyte system, a proprietary advanced sweetener delivery system that provides a low glycemic index and no quick spikes in sugar, amino acid inclusions to support faster electrolyte absorption into the bloodstream. And we also have a hydrogen enhancement by utilizing a certain type of magnesium that, when it reacts to the water, it creates hydrogen. And we know that hydrogen has a unique ability to act as an antioxidant, neutralizing the impact of oxidants that build up during exercise, so improving performance and recovery. We're about to start a massive clinical trial in Scandinavia, in the first quarter, where we're going to compare our unique proposition versus major competitors. Primary outcome we focused on is around sports performance and recovery, and we're going to be focusing on critical biomarkers around brain oxygenation, time to exhaustion, muscle recovery, reduction of inflammation, antioxidant enzymes, as well as determining the over pharmacokinetics profile. So you can see, how we're leveraging the power of the plant to really change the world for people, but it's all anchored in science, it's all anchored in clinical trials, it's all focused on efficacy, and we're going to be utilizing this to disrupt so many different categories. We're going to do it with our red grape cell product. We'll also do it with an olive cell product that we'll be bringing to market at the end of next year, which has uniquely high levels of verbascoside glycoside. Look it up. You'll see it's one of the most potent anti-renals, and that's going to focus on liver health, joint health, and cholesterol health. And we're now busy working through the commercialization process of this. So in summary, you have a CEO here that loves what he does, because I have the best job in the world, because I have the opportunity to change people's life every single day. And we're doing this by day, literally thousands of people by the day. We have a unique technology that mirrors nature, but also increases the key phytonutrients. The platform is applicable for superior food nutrition all the way through to the next generation of science-based therapeutic solutions. Unmatched sustainability credentials, which is so unique. So we preserve the planet for future generations. And we've had massive commercial success. We're a company that's able to operationalize strategy and execute. And as I've said, we have a unique e-commerce machine, 93% subscription rate, recurring revenue every single day coming in. We announced our GP in the gross profit in the third quarter, moved from 18% in Q3 2022 to 45% in Q3 2023. And we're really focusing on getting to that 60% GP as soon as possible, and growing subscription base, always reducing our cost of acquisition, improving marketing efficiency, and that's why we're so focused and really drive break even in the first quarter. Recently running.
All right. Well, it looks like we
on this area is up now.
Elon, you back?
I'm here.
All right. We lost your internet connection
you
there for a minute. Looks like you're here now. Great. No, thanks for that. Very exciting. I was telling him earlier that when I was researching this company for this, I thought about subscribing myself, but I thought, well, I have the chance to listen to the CEO, so let me hear what he has to say, and it's been very impressive.
Thank you.
So a couple questions. One, and then I'll get to some client questions, is what is I think you do have a very unique process. Do you have patent protection on that process to drive this, or can it be competitors steal that from you?
Yeah, that's a great question. We have multiple patents on our process. These actually patents are composition patents. They are utility patents and process patents, which are the most robust patents. But frankly, Eric, having worked at the Coca-Cola company for 18 years, I understand the importance of patents. I also understand the importance of know-how. And in addition to really a strong intellectual property patent strategy that we also have enormous know-how that we guard very, very carefully. We've had the same plant cell biologists working for us for 15 years. So there's enormous amount of institutional knowledge. I talk about unlocking the secrets of plant biology. There are secrets that were discovered. And these are critical. As why for me,
looks like he's lost his internet connection again.
It's about
Well, we may have to end this early because I don't want to speak for him, although I have done extensive research on this company. So, yeah, I'll put it on my analyst hat right now. I would encourage investors to look at this more. They are growing, and like I said, they are projected to be break even next year. And this is a chance to look at them before they really start to ramp up, get more business, get more products out there. So we're going to wait just a minute and I'll just keep talking, but he's going to try to call in audio. We'll see if we can connect him with that. But it is a very intriguing story, and I think it is worth investors' time. And right now, I do know that the distribution, because we talked about this. Oh, there he is.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm back. Obviously, just given the environment here in Israel, I wanted to do the call tonight from home. So I was just saying, finishing off the question, I was just talking about the fact that what keeps me up at night is how quickly we can build plants, how we get our technology to impact not just tens of thousands of people, but hundreds of thousands, then millions of people. Because we've got this very unique technology, and as CEO, I have a massive responsibility on my shoulders to be able to democratize this technology so we could really, change the world. That's why I talk about our technology being, about us driving a movement of change. It's not just a regular technology. We're driving a movement of change in the world.
No, I agree with that. And that brings us to, a question I had and a question a client actually had was, I think people are convinced that you're growing. Then the challenge with growing, and like you say, you want to change the world. How are you going to scale up manufacturing, keep the facilities up to the standards that you clearly have? That isn't always easy to do. How do you plan to do that, or how are you doing that?
Look, it all comes down to people and just having amazing people that are what I call impact people, people that are on a mission. And we've handpicked my leadership team. I've been in the role now nearly 3.5 years. We've handpicked all the different players from our chief operations officer, chief medical officer, VPs of R&D, and we're all about building capability in the organization and growing that capability. And as we bring people now into the organization, we're bringing people in that are global citizens of the world that are ready to go. I spoke last night with our shareholder partners that, in 2 years' time, we will have a plant operating in the US. And so as we recruit people now, we're recruiting people not just from Israel, but also looking at people from the US that can come to Israel, learn the technology with us, and then be able to go out and start to, basically run the plants in different geographies. So there's an HR strategy around it, which is critical. We also, obviously, we know how to scale our technology in a way that also preserves the IP. Like I said, 18 years at the Coke company has helped me understand how to, basically manage the secrets and how we do that in a way that you're able to scale. And this is a big focus of the management team because we've started to see just massive demand for our product. And we know the size of the prize out there. And now it's up to us, with the right recruitment strategy, with the right, classical scaling strategy of the technology. We know we've just built a 20-ton facility. It's highly efficient. We have like a facility in a box that we can very quickly copy and paste. And that's something, we've done a lot of hard work to be able to copy and paste very, very quickly.
Great. And then on that, the quickly that sometimes leads to issues, and I'm sure you've run into them with timing, revenues versus costs, trying to ramp up to meet the demand costs before you get the revenues coming in. What does that situation look like for you guys? How is the financing? Do you have the funding needed? Do you have to raise more? What does that look like?
Yeah, look, we've been very fortunate, as I mentioned earlier. We're just about to close the second tranche of a round, which will be a 10 million raise. which provides us with a good amount of treasury to do what we need to do for the next foreseeable near future. And then obviously moving forward, as we scale and start to build more facilities, we will need to raise more money, but it'll be on the offensive. This, we believe, is going to be our last defensive fundraising as we move the company to profitability, as I mentioned, with the target of getting to profitability at an EBITDA level in the first quarter of next year. And I'm starting to see the light that we're going to get there. And, when you get a glimpse of that light, Eric, you start moving very, very quickly towards the light. It's kind of infectious. But yeah, so we have the required resources right now, but at the same time, from a culture perspective, as a management team, we're owners of the business. We watch every single dollar that we spend. It needs to be purposeful. It needs to be an ROI, and we need to be responsible. Specifically understanding that it's not easy to raise money in this environment, but we've been able to do that very, very successfully. And I think it really just demonstrates the investors' confidence in the leadership of the company, the quality of the management team, and that's driven off just a track record of executing, and double-digit growth every single quarter on quarter, and a very clear understanding of what the capabilities of the company are, transparency around what the objectives are. Very few small cap companies are giving guidance the way we give guidance, right? It's quite unique, and that's we have a unique relationship with our shareholder partners. We don't call them shareholders. We don't call them investors. We call them shareholder partners. Myself and Justin, my VP of Investor Relations, every Wednesday night we have coffee with Ilan. Any shareholder partner or potential future shareholder partner can get on a Zoom call with me, and we talk, and I hear feedback. And our investor partners actually help us build our business. For example, we got a great suggestion from an investor partner on the West Coast yesterday regarding our coffee launch, and within a few hours it was implemented on our website. We're building a movement of change as a community. It's not just the management of the company, but we're bringing people along the journey, and it's super exciting because people are not just investing in the company; they're contributing themselves in helping the company grow in many different aspects.
Yeah, that is exciting, and I'll wrap it up with this because it's actually there's a couple questions from clients and one of mine kind of all wrapped into one. Do you anticipate a question from a client is any partnerships with the hydration product, or do you have any plans? Do you have enough demand now, or do you have any plans to add distribution centers to get into retail stores or anything? Or are you going to stay e-commerce only?
So there's two important questions there. Let's kind of deal with each one at a time. The first question is related to partnerships. Obviously, we're always open to partnerships, but we always need to be partnering with a position of strength. And so, we've been very, very purposeful in laying out for our disruptive innovation strategy 3 major delivery mechanisms. Hot beverages, at $6 billion of coffee pods in the US. It's a pretty big market. You've got protein bars. That's like snack bars, protein bars. Another $6 billion. You got some big companies there. Coffee is very clear which are the big players there. You've got some major players in protein bars, and you've got some major players in the hydration space. And I'm very familiar with that space, having worked at the Coke business for 18 years. And previously, in one of my previous lives, one of the businesses I ran in the US was the Powerade business. So I'm very familiar with that. And really what we're doing is, at the end of the day, we believe in building brands. We believe in the power of our e-commerce business. We love the direct-to-consumer, direct-to-doctor business. It's great from a cash flow perspective because it, literally, I sell product tonight through Shopify, who's a great partner of ours, and literally I get the money tomorrow morning. But ultimately, we are a biotech company at the core, and manufacturing and R&D is what we do best. We built this commercial machine in order to really demonstrate the magnitude of impact of our technology. And at the right time, if partnerships make sense, we will consider them. If they're going to give us the reach and the impact that is so important for us as a company. But we'll always do it having developed the brands and having developed the science and the unique compositions, because that's where we'll be able to create the most value for our shareholder partners. From a distribution perspective and retail, the e-commerce market is really changing channel structures and channel development as more and more business goes through e-commerce. We will selectively consider retail in the future, but we will always do this from a position of strength. So again, you build the brand, you build the consumer franchise, you have the demand, and after dealing with retailers for 18 years, I don't want to run after retailers. I'll do the hard work with my team in order for us to build great brands, to build the consumer demand, and then ideally at some stage, we believe the retailers will come to us. And when the retailers come to us, we sit at the table and it's a more balanced discussion. It's not trading terms of 90 days or 180 days. And it's trading terms that, allow a company like ours to be able to function with the right liquid cash, going through the business to be able to drive the growth and expansion and not to be constrained by retailers who, believe taking your cash for 180 days is the right thing before they pay you. So it's all about, at the end of the day, we have a clear strategy on the specific delivery mechanisms we're going to bring and integrate our unique phytomedicinal products into. We'll build the brands. We have a very strong e-commerce machine that we've built that economics are proving very, very favorable. And we'll continue to build that as a powerhouse, but selectively and strategically from a position of strength, ideally, and I say that humbly, consider partnerships where it makes most sense and consider selective surgical retail partners. For example, the hydration product, we probably will want to have it in all major gyms and what we call points of sweat, where it would make sense, because that's strategic, it's surgical, and it makes sense. But that's how we think about this. Great question.
All right. Well, I could sit here for another hour and ask you questions, but I'm sure you don't want to answer all my questions.
I'm happy. I'm all yours. You finish this when you want.
And we're out of time. So I do encourage investors to contact the company if you have more questions. Take a look at the company because they are on the cusp of some great things. I think as an analyst, that's putting my analyst hat on. They are very interesting, and it's hard to find a biotech research company that is actually going to be break even in the near future. That's a very hard thing to find. So take a look at them and contact the company if you have questions. And thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.
Eric, firstly, thank you very much. I just see Jeffrey Horn. He's asking, where can I purchase Vineyard? Jeffrey, go to vineyard.com and you can order it online. If you have any problems, just reach out to myself, Elon at BioHarvest.com or Justin at BioHarvest.com, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day. Merry Christmas.